Imagine this. You're standing face to face with someone who wants to back you into a corner, someone who wants to destroy you. There's no escape, no backup, no second chances. The only thing standing between you and utter collapse right now is your mind. Will you panic? Will your hands shake? Will your racing heartbeat betray your fear? Or will you remain as still as a mountain, completely untouched by the storm outside, in total control of the situation? This isn't just abstract philosophy, this is survival. Welcome back to Time Teachers, where we travel back in time to unpack the hard-hitting lessons of history's greatest minds, helping you build a mindset of steel for the modern world. Today, we are talking about Miyamoto Musashi, the most legendary swordsman in Japanese history. He fought in over 60 undefeated duels. He didn't just survive, he dominated. But his secret weapon wasn't his sword, it was his mind. Musashi left behind an invaluable roadmap on how to maintain absolute calm in any confrontation. Whether you're dealing with a toxic colleague at work, a fierce competitor in business, or a master manipulator in a relationship, if you can keep a cold head, you've already won half the battle. Let's dive into Musashi's philosophy with Time Teachers and extract 5 cold, hard truths to make you unbreakable under pressure. 1. Think lightly of yourself, think deeply of the world. The biggest mistake we make in confrontations is letting our ego jump into the driver's seat. The moment you feel insulted, you start reacting with raw emotion, anger, defensiveness, over-explaining. That is exactly when you lose your clarity. Musashi never fought with his ego, he fought with strategy. In his dokkodo he wrote, "Think lightly of yourself and deeply of the world." What does this actually mean? It means detaching your emotions from the situation. Stop viewing criticisms as personal attacks. Instead, take a step back and observe the scenario as if you were watching a movie about someone else. The less your ego is involved, the sharper your mind becomes. 2. Fixation is the way to defeat. Have you ever noticed how people panic the moment their only plan falls apart? Musashi called this rigidity a death sentence. Fixation is the way to defeat. Fluidity is the way to victory. If you enter an argument with the sole purpose of proving you are right, you've already lost. The other person can smell your desperation to win. They will exploit it, push your buttons, and make you lose control. Instead, adopt Musashi's way, be formless and unpredictable. On the battlefield, he never used the same tactic twice. Sometimes he used 2 swords, sometimes a wooden sword, and sometimes he deliberately showed up late just to mess with his opponent's head. Apply this to real life. If someone tries to pressure you, don't give them the reaction they expect. They think you'll blow up? Stay silent. They expect an argument. Agree with them in a subtle, cryptic way that throws them completely off balance. 3. There is more than one path to the top of the mountain. Most people freeze in confrontations because they are terrified of losing. They think winning means you have to overpower, crush, or directly smash through the opponent. But Musashi reminds us, you must understand that there is more than one path to the top of the mountain. When you realize that the ultimate goal is control, not conflict, a world of options opens up. In a confrontation, sometimes taking a step back and letting the other person run their mouth and destroy their own reputation is the ultimate lethal blow. An insecure person craves your reaction. If you deny them that, they starve. Sometimes silence speaks louder than words. In negotiations, feigning a small concession can be the exact trap you set to take total control in the final move. 4. From one thing, know 10,000 things. Musashi was undefeated not because he was the strongest, but because he saw through the matrix of human conflict. His philosophy relied on pattern recognition. From one thing, know 10,000 things. Once you deeply master a single core truth, you unlock the world. Every conflict, argument, and power play follows the exact same underlying patterns. If you understand psychology, you will spot manipulation before it even begins. If you observe body language, you will catch a lie before the sentence is finished. A twitch of the lip or a shift in the eyes betrays the truth long before words do. Musashi didn't just train in swordsmanship. He studied art, architecture, strategy, and religion. He was always 10 steps ahead. The best way to stay calm is simply knowing their next script before they even play it. 5. You can only fight the way you train. We crumble under pressure because we never actually prepare for real conflict. Too many people live in a fantasy, assuming that when a crisis hits, they will magically rise to the occasion. Musashi brutally shatters that delusion. You can only fight the way you train. If you don't practice staying calm during trivial everyday annoyances, how do you expect to stand firm when a real storm hits? If a minor piece of criticism from a coworker keeps you awake at night, how will you handle a massive life crisis? A mental fortitude of steel isn't born overnight. It is forged through daily practice. To turn these philosophies into your own psychological weapon, starting today, practice the 3-second pause whenever you face pressure. Step 1. The moment someone tries to provoke you or bad news hits, do not speak or act for the first 3 seconds. Step 2. Take a deep breath and tell yourself, this is a real-world training session from Musashi. Detach your ego from the event. Step 3. Instead of getting angry, maintain a blank expression or flash a slight smile. Watch how confused the other person gets. That exact moment is when you reclaim absolute control. Ultimately, Miyamoto Musashi's teachings aren't just about combat mechanics. They are about mastering your own life. The world out there is full of people living on autopilot, easily triggered, and ready to fall apart at the first sign of adversity. But you, the community here at Time Teachers, you are going to be different. When you learn to drop your ego, you become untouchable. When you master flexibility, you become unreadable. In a world where everyone is rushing to react and scream, the person who can hold their silence and keep their composure holds all the power. The next time someone tries to test your boundaries or put pressure on you, don't panic. Smile, because you know they lost the game before it even started. Thank you for spending your valuable time with Time Teachers to uncover these timeless truths. If this video resonated with you and gave you a sense of grounding, please leave a like. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our next eye-opening lessons. Your support is the biggest fuel for this channel's journey. May you stay as fluid as water and as solid as rock against any storm. I'll see you in the next one.